The lighting. It was, as in the lighting on the arena itself, we were not, and none of shop's work really relies on big bright lights, that sort of floodlights that hit a building and light it up. We don't believe in that. We believe in a softer, more integrated kind of lighting idea. And so this was a plaza that was a bit of an inspiration to us, where you have these embedded lights in the plaza itself. So it gives this soft glow, it gives a kind of directionality, and you don't have large floodlights blinding you. So the idea here is, again, to use the same patterns, where we would have certain zones where you have more lights and certain zones where you have less lights embedded right into the plaza surface itself. So the little dots that you see here are small pin lights. They're about 3 to 4 inches. We're testing out 4 different versions. They're going to be installed nearby the site. We'll test them over the coming years, see how they react in different weather conditions. The kind of version of what the light is itself. But here you see the pavers, and the light stays flush right in the floor, and you can walk over it. This is a version of rectangular ones that's been used in a garden here in New York. But you can kind of see this constellation, if you will, in ground that will just softly uplight and really be a kind of wonderful way to move through the space. The sedum roof is the green planted area. Sedum is the plant species that we're looking at. We looked at sculptural, landscape sculptural elements, landscapes on roofs, ways to bring some green into this urban context. And so there are multiple species of sedum. They don't need to be watered. They're a highly sustainable plant species. They can just use rainwater and survive. And the sedum would actually be on the roof of the transit center and then come down as these planter boxes that then are also, this is a seating area that comes all the way around the inside. So you have a very different kind of experience here than you do over on this side where you have a lot of the traffic moving through. Now, the other thing is, how does the sedum look during the year? It changes color. So, this is the spring. This is what it looks like in the summer. This is what it looks like in the fall. And then what it looks like in the wintertime. And so we feel that it goes along with the weathering seal, the natural materials of the wood, and the concrete pavers, and we think it's something that makes a beautiful composition and helps to soften what is arguably a very tough spot in where Flatbush and Atlanta come together. There was some concern about people being able to climb up on this roof, when the Nets win the championship someday. And so we integrated a railing, a very minimalist railing, on the back of the seating to protect the transit entrance. And then the seating itself, this was parts of Riverside Park South have these kind of very soft seats, which we thought worked really well with the kind of sinuous curves of the arena building itself. Again, the different seat types to get the most comfortable kind of seating. These are some of the details and the materials. This is the curbside bench detail. Wayfinding and the MTA signage, working with Pentagram, who we've been working on with the project since the beginning. There are four signs, but 2 types. There's one larger one that's out at the tip, which is really meant more as a kind of neighborhood navigation point with a map of the area. And then there are 3 that are under the edge of the canopy, which are more about directing you into the arena itself. So it's made from the same material as the facade of the arena. It's about 9 feet tall. It'll be softly lit, and we'll have the map of Brooklyn, of the neighborhoods, and then some of the other information needed to direct you into the arena. The transits of the MTA signage will be the same as what's on the Atlantic Terminal. It will just pretty much match it. This is the entry. Here you can see the location of the signs. And kind of view as you're looking out. Here's the transit entrance and the signage at that point. The Plaza program. So none of these are specific. All the ideas were just to test out to make sure that the Plaza had a tremendous amount of flexibility going forward for different kinds of community programming. These are only suggestions of what could happen on the Plaza. There could be many, many other ideas. And I know that Forest City is very interested in working with the community to find out what the right kind of programming is for it. But we just looked at some other examples around the city of very successful places, whether it's something as simple as cafe seating, the kinds of areas and location where cafe tables could be set up. You could have something like this. We were just saying, wouldn't it be great if you had a live digital feed of Prospect Park on the inside of the Oculus on the dynamic signage? We said, what if you brought a green market? So, we just took the Grand Army Plaza green market. We measured how big it was. We put it down in this area just to see if it fit, if it would work. We said, here's a view of what the green market could look like on Sundays. We just said, like, green market, really great idea. Could that be put on the plaza? So we just sort of measured out what a flea market would be and how many stalls you could get and what that might look like. And we said, we know that with 7th on 6th moving to Lincoln Center, and that they've been looking for other locations around the city to possibly hold fashion shows. Is that possible, both indoor and outdoor? Whether it was tents or something, it does fit. It's a great plaza space that you could do something like that. Or maybe a movie night, which we think would be fantastic. People come out, bring chairs, bring blankets, lay them out, and you could actually project a film on the inside of the Oculus. And, so again, these are all things of what would actually happen would be determined in the future in combination with the community. Again, one of the images, the view as you're walking down Atlantic Avenue, looking back at the arena, and you can see the Oculus as the sign is sort of set inside the canopy. Here you can see the transit entrance. The plantings down along Atlantic Avenue, the views into the arena itself. And I think we have a little bit of an animation just to show you what it looks like as you move around. So one thing we did want to talk about was we very specifically didn't put a lot of cars into this because it's complicated to do, and we wanted to focus on the architecture and design. So you can either say we're unrealistic or it's 7 in the morning on Sunday. But anyway.
And they're going 50,000 hours.
No comment.
That's
Anyway, you can see the view as you come down. Flatbush, this is now coming down Atlantic Avenue.
What day is that?
That's probably 6 in the morning on Sunday. And this center median is just an error in our computer model. We are not planning on building a center median there. I just wanted to point that out, but I don't think that's really what's important here. It's really looking at the arena as you move around it. Here is the open plaza. People can move across and go between the different neighborhoods. Here's the transit entrance, and then the seating area, and here you see the signage out here. This one is the view as you come up from the transit center, from the transit entrance, and what the view would be. This person is clearly running up the stairs, late for the game. And you can see right into the lobby here. This is the open space, and then the view up to the sky and the stars. So I hope that explains some of the thinking that went behind everything. We really worked very, very hard to work within the parameters to try and make something that was open, that had flexibility, that worked with the arena, had durable materials, and would be something that people would really embrace to have this amazing, 39,000 square foot of open space. So thank you very much for your time, and I believe we're going to be fielding some questions. Thank you.